Hi there, this is Rio Kiri, and today I'm going to start a 7-part series of a complete guide for a new Amazon seller. If an Amazon seller needs to start from scratch, I'm going to give you a guide of how to start from start to finish. So today's the first part of the series. Stay tuned. This comprehensive guide covers everything a complete beginner needs to know about starting Amazon FBA. The content is going to be structured in a way to take someone from zero knowledge, no idea at all, to having a clear understanding or a clear roadmap for the first steps with selling on Amazon. So in order to do that, I decided to break this down into 7 series so it can guide you of having to be able to start your Amazon business. So episode 1 is going to be talking about what is Amazon FBA and is this right for you? If you're thinking about it, we're going to cover all the basics and business models that you use with Amazon. And then episode 2 is going to be talking about how you set up your Amazon seller's account, how you do like a step-by-step process. I'm going to show you how to set up your account, how to create your account as well. Episode 3 is going to be talking about finding your first profitable product. I'm going to show you step by step again. I'm going to do a deep dive into product research. And then episode 4, that we're going to be discussing on the sourcing and quality control, how to find suppliers, how to maintain supplier relationships, and how to build product quality. Episode 5 is going to be talking about creating listings. I'm going to show you how to create a listing that actually can convert. So I'm going to show you how to optimize, how to do photographs, have tips on photographing, and all those awesome stuff. Episode 6 is going to talk about understanding Amazon fees and calculating your profit. You need to understand Amazon is a business. It has to have financial planning in order to do well. And the last episode, episode 7, is going to be talking about how you're going to launch your first product, PPC, inventory management, expectations, and each episode is going to be touching on a few points, and I'm going to be covering that over the next 7 days, and I'm going to show you actionable steps, takeaways they can use in order to create a successful Amazon business. Now you might ask, what is Amazon FBA and is it even right for me? So understanding Amazon FBA, and this is the basics, what does it actually mean? What does Amazon mean? What does FBA mean? So Amazon FBA obviously stands for Fulfillment by Amazon. So that essentially means that Amazon becomes literally your warehouse. It does come to your warehouse, it comes to your shipping department, and it becomes your customer service. So the whole team is all rolled up into one, and that's what's called Amazon FBA. So here's a simple breakdown of what that means. So what Amazon means is that Amazon FBA means that usually in traditional e-commerce, you are the store, you do the inventory, you pack the orders, you ship to your customers, you handle everything about your business, the returns, you do all that. But Amazon FBA is different because you send your products to Amazon and they do the bulk shipping, they do the inventory, they do the returns, they literally handle everything from start to finish. So it's a more convenient business module than having an actual, physical building. So when a customer orders your product, what Amazon does is that they automatically pick it up from their warehouse. They pack it to professionally, of course, pack it professionally, and they ship it to your customers within 1 day to 3 days. So they have world-class logistics that network and even handle customer service from start to finish. They're in charge of all the returns. Anything concerning your product is taken care of by Amazon. Your product gets covered by the Prime badge, meaning that millions of Prime members all over the United States, all over the world, can get it delivered in between 1 to 2 days. So that's the great thing about FBA. So the FBA ecosystem is literally how Amazon operates. So Amazon operates over 185 fulfillment centers across the United States alone. That's just in the United States, all over the world, with hundreds more worldwide. So when you send your products over to Amazon, what happens is that they're distributed all over across multiple warehouses all over the United States, literally all over the world, strategically located near major population centers. So what this means is that it becomes faster deliveries for your customers, and also it creates higher conversion rates for you as well. So that's one of the great things about selling on Amazon as an FBA seller. Your products compete alongside Amazon's own products and other FBA sellers as well. So it's a competition between you and Amazon and you and other people. So one major advantage is that you are backed up by Amazon's reputation for having fast service, reliable delivery. So you've been an Amazon seller, you have that backing from Amazon. So the three main Amazon business models are, number one, you can either be a private label, which we teach in this course, where you can build your own brand. And what does that mean? A private seller. So that means that you find existing products, and this usually could be from manufacturers in China, in India, then you put your brand name on it, and then you package it, make it your own, and then sell them as your own brand or as your own unique product. So that's what that means. So think of it like how store brands work, right? So for example, Walmart, the term great value is associated with Walmart, and often those products are the same as name brands, exactly the same, just with different packaging. So look at it like that. You have your own product, make it your own, put your name on it, and it becomes yours. So how does this work? So you're going to have to research profitable product categories. If you check my video up yesterday, I showed how to do that. You're going to have to find manufacturers on sites like Alibaba, and all their websites you can find manufacturers from. You're going to create your own brand name and packaging design. So you're going to order a product with your branding on it, and then you're going to launch that on Amazon. So launching Amazon as an exclusive seller is what you're going to do as an FBA seller. And the requirements that you need for investments are between $3,000 to $15,000 in order to start. And in order to be profitable, you need at least a 3 to 6 month time frame. Your project profit margins could be 30 to 50% on average. So one of the pros of being an Amazon seller is that you're going to have a higher profit potential. You can control your pricing and your branding. You can build a valuable, sellable business. Tom Wang sold his first idea and he sold that for millions of dollars. You're going to have less competition once you have an established brand. There's opportunity for your brand to expand. So some of the cons that I've noticed at Amazon is that it has the highest upfront investment. You're going to pay for a good mentoring. You're going to pay for inventory. It has a longer learning curve. I tell people when they're trying to learn Amazon, it's kind of like you're going back to college. It's a lot of work. There's a risk of product failure, and that's just the reality. A lot of people are scared of getting to Amazon because oh my God, I heard that person failed, this person not do well. Just like every business, there's going to be a potential or little risk of failure, which is pretty normal. And in order to overcome that, you have to stick in the game, tighten your bootstraps and just keep going. You're going to require a lot of market intelligence skills. The second type of Amazon models out there is also wholesale buying, where you can buy established brand. So what is that? You're going to purchase products directly from manufacturers or authorized distributors at a reduced price or at wholesale prices, and then resell them on Amazon. I don't teach that, and that's not something that I do personally, but that's another module. So you're going to be essentially becoming an authorized retailer for those established brands or those existing brands. So how does that work? So how it works is that you're going to apply to become a wholesale seller or wholesale buyer from the established brands, and then you're going to purchase some of their products at a reduced price as a wholesale price. And this is usually between 40 to 60% off the retail price. And then you take those products, list them on Amazon, and then you're going to be competing, of course, with other sellers as well. But the reason why you're going to do a little bit better is that you're going to sell at market price for profit, and you're going to be taking advantage of the brand that has already the big market already. So an investment required for this product type is $1,000 to $5,000 as a startup, and then for profit it takes 1 to 3 months. Your profit margin is not as big as an FBA seller, between 15 to 30%. So some of the pros of this model is that you're going to have products already that have already market validation already. You don't have to struggle to get market validation. You have a faster path to profitability, but of course your margins are thinner. You have less risk than private label, but you're going to have a lot of cons. I'm going to tell you about those in a second. But one of the pros, again, is going to have an established customer demand. You're not going to do much of product development. That is not much needed because the product is already there and ready to go. Some of the cons of this module is that you're going to have lower profit margins, like I mentioned. You're going to have price competition with other sellers, with every other type of business. The brand owners may restrict you or totally cut you off at the last second. They're like, I don't want to sell with you anymore, and that's it. As an FBA seller, you don't have to deal with that. you're going to have limited control over pricing, because if you sell a Walmart brand, for example, you can just up the price. You can't do that. It's going to be harder for you to differentiate. So this is the best for people who just want a steady source of income. They want low risk, low startup costs, and kind of like just want to go with the flow. That would be the second type of Amazon model. So the third type of an Amazon seller is retail arbitrage, or finding deals to resell. I don't teach that also, but it's another type of being an Amazon seller. So what it is that you buy discounted products from retail stores, like from clearance sections, seasonal sales, etc., and then you resell them on Amazon for a profit. So it's kind of like you're being a professional bargain hunter. You look for bargains, you look for deals, and then you resell it. So how does that work? You're going to visit stores like Target, Walmart, Home Depot, any store around you during their sales season. And then you're going to use apps to scan barcodes. So you're going to use those apps, scan the barcodes, check Amazon's prices, and then you're going to buy products selling for, less than what other Amazon sellers are pricing for. And then you're going to send these products after you buy them, of course, from the discount. You're going to send them to Amazon FBA for fulfillment. The investment required is not as much. You just need like $500 to $2,000 in order to start, and in order to be profitable. It's kind of like immediate. So once a product arrives to Amazon, you make a sale, it's right there. But the profit margin is not that great, between 20 to 40%. Some of the pros of being an arbitrage seller is that you're going to have a lower barrier to entry, because literally just buy and just resell, buy and resell. That's a quicker learning curve. It's not like FBA. FBA is intense. FBA it's a beast, right? That's why I have a bigger margin. You're going to have immediate market validation because it's already established products. You're going to have lower financial risk per product. It's great for learning Amazon's basics, just the basics of Amazon, nothing too advanced. Some of the cons are that it is very time intensive. Imagine going from store to store to store trying to find bargains. That's a lot of work. It's limited on how much you can scale. You have inconsistent inventory. You might go to a store, there are no deals. What happens? You require constant sourcing. You're always on the road all the time. You're going to get competition from other arbitrage sellers as well. But this is actually best for beginners, because it's like if you want to just learn Amazon real quick with minimal risk, or just as a side hustle, as a side gig, you're not that serious. Just want to do something quick start, that's it for you. So is Amazon really right for you? So that's the question. So think about this. Look at the 3 steps that I showed you, or the 3 ways that you can be an Amazon seller, an FBA seller, and see what works best for you. But I only teach FBA because that's the one that you can scale the most. You have more control. So if you want to learn about FBA, sign up to my YouTube channel, follow me, like my videos, and stay tuned to this channel. I'm going to be dropping nuggets. The next 7 days, I'm going to show you guys a lot of tips of how to launch your product on Amazon and learn everything you need to know. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.